Hmm, interesting. Hmm. If y'all are so powerful, what are you afraid of? Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Welcome and welcome back. However this finds you, I do hope that it finds you well. So today we breaking out a character a little bit. We going away from character a little bit. I have a script. I'm going to be in and out of it. And I ask you to bear with me. But even if you don't bear with me at this point, I don't give a I got to get right into it. So it has become extremely clear, and I knew it already, but in case y'all in the back didn't know, America has a problem. And we can gaslight ourselves, we can say that this is the greatest country on earth, and that may be true. But sometimes greatness is buried under a whole bunch of mess, and we need to take a look at that. From the moment Kamala Harris entered the presidential race, Black women, they saw the mountaintop. She wasn't just another candidate, she represented decades of struggle, of resilience, of unacknowledged labor, a bunch of things. And while we were excited, we were also afraid because we know what we're dealing with. We know what this country is about. Needless to say, across the country, folks celebrated her historic run. We celebrated her historic run. But again, deep down, we feared the question that lingered: was America ready to elect a Black woman? This week, we got our answer. We got confirmation to what we already knew. Y'all, not y'all, but y'all, would rather choose a man who is convicted of 34 felonies, someone who has made it his mission to dismantle democracy. I'm sorry, rant loading. Someone who has made it his mission to dismantle democracy, to strip away the rights from marginalized communities, to punish political opponents, than elect a qualified Black woman. Let that sink in. The fact that she was even in competition with him speaks volumes. It is at the very bedrock of how we operate in this country. This is why I push against respectability. This is why I push against excellence, because no matter how excellent, your opponent still views you as something else. More on that later. So this woman had 100 days and she absolutely killed it. She killed it. That cannot be denied. Her campaign wasn't marred by scandal, grabbing people by the or significant missteps. There are some who might try to lift those at this point. But it cannot be denied again that she ran a race which was disciplined, even while tethered to an administration that was weighed down by waning popularity. Yet, despite her qualifications, her competence, her vision, her everything, it was not enough. And why? Because in this country, in America, being exceptional isn't enough when you are a Black woman. Y'all, this is not just about Kamala Harris's loss. This is about what her defeat says about this country. This is about America's rejection, and it's not based on policy or economics. We must be honest, y'all. This is about maintaining two things: wealth and whiteness. This is about white privilege and status, with a little bit of misogyny mixed into that pot. This is about a system that only tolerates diversity enough when it does not challenge who is at the very top. The bottom line is that the one incoming did not win because he is a strategic genius. Knock it off. Knock it off. He won because he promised chaos, destruction, and millions of Americans, millions of y'all, not y'all, but y'all, said yes, please. He vowed to gut every protection for those who are marginalized. He vowed to roll back history and to reverse the naturalization of immigrants. This man did not hide his agenda. He shouted it from the very rooftops. And yet, this country, not y'all, but y'all, handed him the popular vote. Let us stop pretending that this is about Harris not being likable enough. Y'all know I touched on that. Or about her being authentic enough. I touched on that as well. Or her running a strong enough campaign. I am tired. One thing America is good for is gaslighting. Well, maybe they meant, well, maybe it was, but maybe that didn't. Stop it. Enough. The tired excuses, those tired excuses, they didn't hold water in 2016, and it does not hold water now. Hillary Clinton was painted as cold, as calculated. Kamala was being painted as too ambitious, too joyous. The truth is, no amount of campaigning, no amount of money in the coffers to the tone and tune of $1 billion would have been enough to overcome a nation that sees blackness and black women in particular as a threat. That is not our business, that is yours. And to those who say the Democrats just didn't do enough, stop it. This loss isn't on a black woman. Black women, as we saw by the numbers, have always done the work. We have always organized. We have always knocked on doors. We have always raised funds and mobilized. We have been the backbone of a party without ever being invited to sit at the table. And as Marcia Fudge said, they want our output, not our input. And that is the very essence of what we see happening in this country, from the boardroom to the back room. It happens everywhere. The blame lies with a country that clings to bigotry and perceived power. White men, white women, and yes, even some Latino voters showed us where they stand. It is clear. They chose white nationalism over progress. And let's not forget the so-called leftists who sat this one out or voted third party, claiming that their conscience would not allow them to support Harris. Please spare me. Your inaction is complicity. Here is the truth. Black people, particularly black women, have always voted to save this democracy, even when it did not deserve to be saved. And we showed up overwhelmingly for Harris, just as we always do for candidates who promise even a sliver of progress. And yet, this country gave us their ass to kiss. This country has the audacity to question our loyalty and motives. You know why? Because she's afraid. She's scared. Let's not get it twisted, though. This isn't just about electoral loss. This is about survival. The rights and lives of marginalized communities are on the line. I was talking to someone late into the night, early in the morning on Wednesday, and they said, go out with a smile. Our lives will not change. Well, buckle up. You're in for a surprise. And America chose to embrace the very forces that threaten to dismantle them. If that ain't Stockholm Syndrome, I don't know what is. For those of us who are black, queer, immigrant, or otherwise marginalized, this is not just politics. This is vital. This is life or death. Harris's loss is a devastating blow, but trust me, it's not the end. As Maya Wiley said, it is not over because we will never go away. Black women will keep on keeping on. We'll keep on organizing, leading, even when this country refuses to recognize our worth. We've always been the heart of this democracy, and we are not about to stop now. So to America, you've revealed yourself yet again, and to my sisters, to black women, I see you, I honor you, and I'm here for you. Y'all, now is the time to lean into community, to lean into what is happening at the local level. You have heard me say from the very beginning that community is everything, that isolation will kill us. And that is one of the reasons that we are here today. I implore you, get in line with those who are in your community. It can be as small as book clubs, whatever it is. Build, build, and as well, make room, make space for those who may not think like you, who may not hold the same thoughts as you. Sit down, collaborate, find common ground with each other. But first, we rest. Rest is resistance. Share this with your girlies and perhaps your guys. And remember, you are capable of big things. I'll see you next time.